Thank you for joining us. Welcome to Vumeo Station.
Hey guys, XP Online Games here, bringing you a new series to the channel, VGC Fridays. Every Friday I'm going to make a new team, try it out, and if you guys want to join in, comment down below your friend code and I will add you guys. We will start doing this series every single Friday. I'm really excited to start this, getting into the local VGC team down here. But let's go ahead and get in with this match. I'm bringing Aurorus, Lantern, Salamence, and Mega Venusaur, as he's bringing Ferrothorn, Manectric, Lantern, and Zapdos. And this match, very, very good match. One of the longer VGC matches I've ever seen. Very, very good match. Well played on both parts. There's a lot of predicting. As you see, we both do have Lantern. I did kind of copy his team a little bit, but I wanted to make a totally different variant of it and see how that went. Because his team's phenomenal. I went up his team. We knew each other's team. We've played this match about 30 times. So we knew each other's moves and sets and everything like that. So now it just came down to predicting. And that was one of the best parts of this, was just predicting. And I love the matches come to this. And you know, we both have the same Lantern. He actually cloned it for me. So we have Choice Scarf Lantern for Soak. And main goal is to soak the other opponent, make it just water type so it loses all kinds of stab. And then I have Aurorus, which is a Pokemon I was not expecting to use ever, but it actually plays on this team really, really well because of its moves. Its move pool is pretty much perfect for Aurorus. It gets Discharge, which heals Lantern. It gets Freeze Dry, which hits super effective for water types. And then it also gets Nature Power, which turns Tri-Attack into an ice move. So now, let alone do you have Stab Ice, and I'm carrying Expert Belt on him. So I get extra more damage on the super effective moves. And it's well played. Aurorus fits in this team perfect. I just wish he was a little faster, but he does get up the Lightning Rod Discharge setup that he likes to run. He opts out into Ferrothorn. I get my Mega Venusaur off. Love that Mega. It's annoying to fight against. It's very, very annoying. See the Zapdos going for the Discharge. Aurorus is very, very bulky. That's what I like using him for on VGC, because he can take hits. I did predict the switch out right there. Actually, no, never mind. He switched into Ferrothorn. I was going to put the Manectric to sleep. But my Aurorus does live at 2. Unfortunately, he goes down to a Power Whip. And he knew, like I said, we played this match multiple times. And my Aurorus was rocking his team. And it's powerful. It's very, very powerful. Very powerful. As knowing that his Zapdos is specs, I bring a Salamence. I know a Discharge can't really do much to me. So I stay in, hoping to get a flinch on the Zapdos, but he does switch out into the Lantern, which actually helps me out, because if he would have stayed in and that Lantern would have come in later in the match, that would have been terrible. As you see, he does go for the Soak on my Venusaur. Now Venusaur is just water. This right here, this turn, me putting that Lantern to sleep, was the best part of the match for me. Hands down, one of the biggest turns. You'll see how it unfolds later on in the match, but key point. In Lantern, Ferrothorn uses the Leech Seed on my Lantern. So now Lantern's just out here soaking everything. Super soaker. I think I'm gonna nickname Lantern that. I'm bringing the Salamence just to get some damage off that Lantern, because I need that Lantern gone. But, of course, he does opt to switch out into the Zapdos. Now the interesting part is Zapdos and Salamence are at a speed tie, because I am running specs on Salamence as he is as well running specs on Zapdos. Now here I go for an interesting move, Grassy Terrain. Like I said, I kind of branched my team off of his. He has Manectric with Electric Terrain. I wanted to use Venusaur with Grassy Terrain, because Venusaur with Grassy Terrain is nothing to mess around with. Especially when you get Stab, Giga Drain on anybody that's super effective. It's just overpowered, as you guys will see here. But right here, I was really hoping Salamence would pull through and win that speed tie for me. But of course, with my luck, it does not. And he actually locks himself into HP Ice, which I was okay with, because now I know that he has to switch out, because it's not going to do anything. So here, I believe I double target the Lantern slot. I think I did, but of course, I'm paralyzed. Oh, I went for a Protect with the Lantern, because I was predicting either I didn't want to risk it and take an HP Ice, even though I probably would have lived because I do have Thick Fat. Every damage at this point matters, especially when you're so low with Venusaur. So Lantern is just going to soak everything. Super Soaker, it's coming through. Choice Scarf, everything is water. Now that Sleep Powder on Lantern, a few turns before, won me the game. As I said, now I don't have to worry about any kind of type changes on my team. Venusaur stays Grass and Poison. Lantern I can care less about right now, because it's just here for soaking, so it doesn't need Stab, and I'm down to my last two, so I can't switch out or anything. So here, I was feeling really good about my team. I like my chances right here, because I knew I have 1 to 2 more turns left with the Grassy Terrain, and I know whatever I soak, I can pretty much one-hit KO. As I do plan to go for the Manectric, knowing I've seen all 4 of his moves with Manectric, so I know that he does not carry Protect. So I would like that thing gone, and plus it also carries Flamethrower, which is a good move. I mean, it's definitely the better move again than HP Ice with Zapdos, so it's definitely the bigger threat. But look at this, gone, one-hit KO, Grassy Terrain, Giga Drain. It's ridiculous, ridiculous. It's blown away. That was the first time I actually pulled it off on Manectric. I did not think it would one-hit KO, but Mega Venusaur is clutch. And then, so right here, I'm thinking, okay, we're down to the last 2 Pokemon. Kind of misplayed right here. I should have went for the Protect. I should have just Giga Drained something. Should have just Giga Drained the Ferrothorn. I had no reason not to. I mean, because he double targets the Lantern, hoping to pick up the KO on it, so he can have at least somebody that's not water type, which was the right play, but it works out in my favor, I guess, because of Lantern surviving that next turn. You see Zapdos is locked into HP Ice. It's not going to do much. I get another Paralysis. It's just prolonging the game, pretty much. Zapdos is water type, Ferrothorn's water type. I believe on the first turn I was going for Grassy Terrain, just so I know I could pretty much one-hit KO both Pokemon, or just bring them down to really low health. And with this, I targeted his Zapdos. First of all, it does more damage, and second of all, I know his Ferrothorn carries Protect. So I'm not going to sit there and waste a turn of Giga Drain on Ferrothorn when it's just going to Protect. So I'm just pretty much just taking turns, dwindling down both of them. I mean, look how much damage this is doing. It's doing absolutely nothing to Venusaur. This is why putting that Sleep Powder on that Lantern won me the game. And it's a different setup. It doesn't always work in my favor with this team. But it's just fun to use. It's a very different team. No one really expects Grassy Terrain on Venusaur. Really hope to see the grassy terrain, electric terrain, and the mystery terrain get more play in VGC 2015. I just don't think people really know about them too well. They don't really know the strength. Electric terrain's really good, simply because it eliminates Choice Scarf Smeargle, and it eliminates Amoonguss with Spore. So it's just all around nice because you can't be put to sleep. And if you're electric Pokemon, you get ×2 bonus. So as you see there, I do pick up the 2 KOs on the Ferrothorn and the Zapdos, winning me the game. Mega Venusaur coming through